Hi Vera, hi Chloe.
Hi.
Hello.
Has there been experience up today? Is everyone fit for the game tomorrow? Have you any injury concerns?
I'm so proud. It goes very loud. I'm so proud. We have 0 injuries. From the ones, so we have a few injuries, of course, and we all know. That's been, how do you say it, picked up at the clubs. But from the players coming in, there's 0 injuries.
So what is your game plan for tomorrow then? Do you want to give some players who are on the cusp of selection perhaps their opportunity?
Yeah, there's some players who, we are in a situation that they need to get a chance to prove themselves. And we give that to all the players that we feel that they need the chance or that they're equal than another one. Then we play one in the first half and one in the second half. And that has also consequences for a few other players who you would normally see. So the Zambia game is really a preparation game towards the World Cup to come to the final squad selection, and all the players know that. But we try, of course, to keep our structure. It's not chaos at all. It is a very important game, and we prepare very seriously in the same way that we always do.
Well, can I ask you, do you feel because of injury, the fact that you missed out on recent games, you have to prove yourself again?
Yeah, of course I do. I think everyone needs to prove themselves. We have probably the highest standard that we've ever had in the camp, which is fantastic, and it's a credit to everyone who's working hard at their clubs, and then a credit to the staff here when we come in that, you know, everyone's playing the way they want to play. So yeah, of course I do. I think everyone needs to prove themselves every time they come in.
Thank you. Jess?
Hi Vera.
Hi.
How close do you feel you are to knowing what the final 23 will be?
As close as we can for the choices that we've made for the Zambia game. That is really the answer. There's a few, of course the core we know, but a few that we really, really want to find out and give the players the chance to the last second.
And do you feel like you know the main spine of the team that will start in that opening group game in Australia?
In principle, yes, but so much can happen between now and the 20th of July. It's still a month to go. What is it? A month, isn't it? And we have the Zambia game, France game, then we play Colombia closed doors. So there's so much still to happen. Of course we have a core idea, but we work from there and we work towards the 20th of July.
Of course there's a lot at stake for these players. Have you noticed, because it's so competitive, that there's a tension within the camp or between yourself and the players? Have you noticed any difference?
No, I do not notice any difference. This group is so tight to one another. Is that a good word? And they support each other so well that not a single moment I have felt the tension. But we were just talking in the car about it. I asked her, so maybe Chloe can give a better answer to that.
How tense is it?
Yeah, it's not visibly tense. As Vera explained, we are a really close-knit group, so that's lovely that we support each other through these kind of bit more nerve-wracking times. But look, for the girls who unfortunately don't make it, we'll all be supporting the girls, whoever it is that doesn't get to go. It's a fantastic opportunity for the nation, so that's what we're most happy about.
Vera, how do you go about telling the players? Is it face-to-face, an email, text message?
Email not, text message not. The first group I had to call, unfortunately, because physically I couldn't go there. But of course this will be face to face, yeah.
And it's, as a manager, it must be quite a tough conversation to tell someone they won't be making history.
Yes, but there's been written a lot about that because I've said something about that. And it is something that I'm really nervous about. I think that's all that I should say about it, because it's for them so much worse than for me. And the fact that this is coming up, that gives me sleepless nights. Yeah.
So an intense experience for you.
It is, but that was also in other tournaments. I know that I'm going to break dreams, so that is not a nice feeling.
Could you just give us an update as well on Aoife Mannion and how far along she is in terms of her recovery?
Aoife is in her return to play. She is in the brace, as we know, and that will go off on Monday, and then we have to take a decision. She's been seen in the meantime, So everything is going according to plan, but it's really, really tight. So we see Monday, we get more update, and then next week with the squad announcement, we will know for sure if we take the chance or not.
Chloe, you've had an exciting couple of months in being promoted to the WSL with Bristol City, signing a new contract as well, now on the verge of making a World Cup. How big has this season been in your career?
Yeah, it's been a pretty intense 12 months. 12 months ago, I walked away from a full-time job, so a lot has happened. So for me, personally, whatever happens in the next week or so, like, I can just be happy and proud with what I've achieved in the past 12 months. But it's been fantastic, and having gone through a bit of a difficult time this season, I'm glad to just be involved at the moment. I'll fight for my place to the last day, of course, but I need to remember the bigger picture, and I was out for quite a while. But no, it's been fantastic, and as I said, I was working a full-time job up until this time last year, so it's been an amazing whirlwind 12 months, and that night in Hampton Park, I'll never forget that. So
there's been a lot of positive said about this Ireland team. You've played for teams in Ireland, you've played for teams in England, you've played in France as well. What makes this Irish team special?
Without a shadow of a doubt, the togetherness. I don't know, it's in our DNA, I think, and the support that we have for each other is unwavering no matter what. We have such a big age gap between kind of the younger girls and the older girls, and you wouldn't even be able to tell. Like, everyone's lovely to each other, everyone's supporting each other. On the pitch as well, the communication has grown a lot over the past kind of 12 months or 18 months as well. So yeah, it's great to see, and yeah, well, hopefully girls will be able to look past being disappointed potentially next week. But yeah, probably the togetherness.
Best of luck, and thank you, Vera.
Thanks.
Vera, you said that there's no injuries heading into tomorrow, but obviously players have been coming into the camps different times, like Diane came a bit later, Katie came a bit later. Is everyone available for selection for tomorrow?
Yes, but we make choices. I'm proud of the fact that I started with that, of the fact that we do not have injuries, because we had players 6 weeks out of league, we had players 2 weeks out of league, we had players coming straight from the league, we had players coming back from injury, having their first minutes on the pitch, we had a player getting married and coming in, a player who was not allowed from a club to come in and only coming in on Monday. So all those different backgrounds, and the players are now so used how we deal with that, but the fact that they buy in completely, I'm so proud of, because of that, we have not one single injury in our first 2 weeks of pre-season, and that is something just to be very, very proud of. And that's together with the medical staff, of course, my colleagues in the technical staff. But in any sense, it comes also back to Gar with the way that we structure, or he structures all the media attention and the pressures on the players. So I think there's a huge balance in our squad with a lot of quality of so many people, with players who buy in completely. And I think that is the secret of now also how we really feel that we work together. That's what I get from them, that's what they get from us. And that togetherness with each another task brings us where we are now. If it's good enough on the 20th of July, we will see, but it's going really, really well. Oh yeah, Izzy was coming in. Megan Campbell is in her return to play, but she's not yet on the pitch. That will be next week. So, for example, Megan Campbell gave up her hotel place so that Izzy, in case she cannot make it, that Izzy can come in and that she can prove herself. And I think that sacrifice that we have, the will to sacrifice for the team, is something huge. So she said, let me stay at home, I'll come in the morning because I'm not on the pitch, I do rehab and I do preparation for return to play. So it opens up for another player to be fully ready to step in case I don't make it. And that's super, of course.
And Chloe, like obviously tomorrow's technically a friendly, but in some ways there's more riding on it for individual players than many other games that we've played before. How are you approaching that, I suppose, like mentally in terms of your prep and making sure that you're in the right place to show to Vera and the rest of the team that you really want to spot in that play?
Yeah, probably no different, to be honest. Like, I'm lucky in the sense that I'm playing full time, so I'm kind of used to approaching every game the same way. So yeah, just preparing well, knowing the game plan and doing the best that I can on the night, and hopefully that's enough. Yeah, I mean, obviously there will be a few changes to the core team, and we're still only kind of in week 2, so we will be a lot more prepared for Australia in a way in terms of our connectivity on the pitch than we will be maybe tomorrow with a few different changes. But that's just the way it is, and that's the process you need to go through to make sure that you know your best 11 for our game against Australia.
Any more loyal?
Vera, I just wanted to ask you about Courtney Broughton and Heather Payne. Obviously, they had big wins last night at the Awards. That must give them plenty of confidence now heading into the World Cup.
Yes, but I think the support also that they get from all the group, there's no jealousy at all. There's only, how to say, we're so happy for each other. If you would see the group, that is amazing, just amazing. Everybody, I don't know the English word, want each other to succeed. And that is so special. So I'm as proud as every other member of the squad on those players.
Chloe, I just want to ask you, obviously you talked about the tight bonds that exist in the team. Has there been discussion between you guys about the deadline of wearing the squad and how you all feel about it?
Yeah, I'd be lying if we didn't. We are human at the end of the day, so we all want it as much as each other. So, but we are there fully 100% supporting one another, and I think that's the beauty of who we are as people, as Irish citizens, that we just support one another to the last dying moment. So as I said, for whoever unfortunately doesn't make the cut, we'll just be absolutely rooting each other on for the first game and the second game and the third game and hopefully many more.
Don't get me wrong, the game of tomorrow is not about the individuals. The game of tomorrow is that more players get to know how to play the task in the game in the way that we want to perform and that we get success with. So in that sense, there's no difference. And that is what players also want to show, that they can step in and do the task at any moment.
Yeah, so just quickly here, I know contract talks are ongoing. You mentioned that you were hopeful to announce something before the World Cup. Beyond the World Cup, what are your ambitions with this team? Like, how far do you think you can take the team? What would you be looking to do with them beyond the tournament?
For now, I'm just busy with the World Cup. If you don't mind, we need to be ready on the 20th of July, and that needs my full attention. I'm thinking from we're now week -5. Next week is week -4, and so on. And then the last week we're going to count down the days, and then the 20th of July it's kicking off. We have our plans in between the games, and then I see how far we come, and then I'm going to plan if things are going fine, then I'm going to plan for after. Let me be clear, I'm very happy in Ireland. That is, yeah, everybody can see that, everybody feels that, so I want to stay. But I'm not part in that process. That is Kieran Matlow is talking. I'm not involved in that. I do talk, of course, about the content with management, like I always do, but he takes care of that.
Yeah, first of all, congratulations. Do you think that is going to reset the tone and like change the tone of how people support women's football and how they should support women's football like that?
Yeah, I mean, I felt a massive difference in the past couple of months. I mean, even just being in camp, like walking across to the shop with the girls or to get a coffee, you have people beeping, rolling down their window, wishing us good luck. Like, we've never experienced that ever, and I've been involved in the Irish team since I was 14 years of age. Like, we've never experienced anything like that. And even little boys coming up to get pictures with the girls, like, we're not just role models for little girls, we're role models for little boys as well. And that's been the biggest change that I can see, just the wholehearted support from all age groups and both genders has been fantastic. So I do expect it to kind of continue and only continue to grow, yeah.